has Canon's weight loss program gone too far, impacting the optics? Or are we about to see an improvement to wide-angle zoom lenses like the 15 to 35mm f2.8? In Canon patent filing JP 2024 058439, that was filed on October the 14th, 2022 and published April the 25th, 2024, Canon claims to solve the problem to develop a compact wide-angle zoom lens with a vibration-proof mechanism, offering high optical performance throughout the entire zoom range. The zoom lens design includes, from the object side to the image side, a series of lens units. The first unit with negative refractive power, and then a second, third, and fourth unit with positive refractive power, and a rear group consisting of one or more units. The spacing between the adjacent units changes during zooming. Either second, third, or fourth unit, or a combination thereof, serve as the focusing lenses that move during focusing. And if this sounds a little bit confusing, it's because it is. That Japanese translated engineering legalese speak isn't always the easiest to translate into common terms. And one thing I do get from this is that the design is a little bit more complex that we find in the Canon RF 15 to 35mm f2.8 Mark I. Now it does propose some sort of optical qualities or enhancements. It says that it's a high performing optical lens and that it does offer some sort of vibration proof capabilities or enhancements, but the focus is on this is really got nothing to do with the optics. So what's the purpose of this lens? Well, Canon claims to deliver a wide-angle lens with high optical performance over the entire zoom range, and this is the key here, and a small size. The patent application cites one example, and that's why I talked about the 15 to 35mm f2.8. It has these following embodiments. So the same aperture throughout from 15 to 35mm, it's an f2.8, a half angle of view of 52.67 all the way to 32.54 at the far end. The lens length, 154mm on the near side and 145mm on the far side, with an image height ranging between 18 to 21 and a back focus of 17.88 all the way through to 37.90. But the key to this patent application isn't to do with high optics, to improving image stabilization, to improving vibration-proof mechanisms. It's all about reducing the size and weight, and the primary reason for that is to reduce the cost. You see, we've been seeing an awful lot of patent applications recently that aim to reduce the size, the weight, and the number of components. One patent even proposes using a carbon fiber lens barrel. Reducing the size, weight, and components in RF lenses isn't anything new. The recent Canon RF 200 to 800mm super telephoto is very light considering its size, and the 100 to 500mm also again very light. It's not a matter of if this technology will come to wide-angle lenses like the 15 to 35mm in a Mark II, it's just a matter of when. So if you were worried about Canon's weight loss program for their RF lenses, well, they're not about to reverse this anytime soon. This is the focus of Canon in developing their new RF lenses going forward, whether it be primes, zooms, telephotos, or maybe even tilt shift. Canon's working hard to reduce the size, the weight, and the number of components. And if we do look at optical quality, such as the RF 100 to 500, it is very good despite it being an external zoom, and also being a major participant in the weight loss program. And the 200 to 800mm offers major improvements over the Canon RF 800mm f11 prime. And normally when Canon releases a new RF lens, such as this 100 to 500mm, one of the things they do is not only just reduce the size and the weight of the lens, but also they improve upon the optics, making it much better than previous models such as the Canon EF 100 to 400mm. I mean, the optical quality of this lens is absolutely incredible, but one of the unsung benefits of this lens is the image stabilization. But in this patent application, despite saying they're introducing vibration-proof mechanisms or offering high optical performance throughout the entire zoom range, I couldn't glean any stated or specific improvements to the optical qualities. None whatsoever. For better or worse, Canon's reduction in the weight and size of their gear serves two purposes. Number one, by reducing the number of components in a lens, even if they're only just pennies, multiply that by hundreds of thousands, and that really improves their bottom line. But if you can reduce the weight and the size, and of course the packaging, that means you can ship more lenses on a pallet for the same price, and that also reduces costs. But for us, for you and me, for photographers and videographers, what does this mean? Well, I conducted a poll a little while ago, and the vast majority of you would prefer lighter gear, especially those of you carrying not just one but many lenses, maybe the 100 to 500, the 70 to 200, the 24 to 105 f2.8, the 50mm f1.2, multiple cameras, the Canon EOS R3, the Canon EOS R5. So reducing the weight, reducing the size is very beneficial. And where the size reductions come in is when you pack it onto a plane, well, you can pack in more units. You can pack in more stuff into a single carry-on bag or to a suitcase or to one of those, well, ruggedized suitcases where you don't have to worry about them getting bashed around, because you know the containers are going to get bashed around, which is why when I travel, I always do my best to keep them in a carry-on that I can keep close to me, and I minimize how much gear I take with me, because I just don't trust putting anything in the hold, and I'd rather leave the plane than to risk having my gear damaged. And if you want to take a closer look at the Canon RF 100 to 500 with its lightweight but high optical performance zoom lens, it's $200 off, not as good as $500 off from a few months ago. You can also save $300 on the 70 to 200 f2.8, $300 on the 24 to 70, as well as the RF 15 to 35mm. The Canon EOS R5 is still on sale at $31.99 and the R3 at $47.99, and the R5C, its lowest price ever, $35.99. And if you're interested in purchasing any of these lenses or these cameras that are on sale, we also see sales on the Nikon Z8, but all the sales on Sony cameras, the a7S III, a7 IV, a7R5, FX3, and FX30, they were on sale for 2 weeks. The sales are gone. But if you do want to pick up any cameras, lenses, and accessories, whether they're the ones listed in this video or something else you've got planned for B&H, Adorama, and Amazon.com, then please consider using my affiliate links down below, these guys right here, because it really does help this channel grow. It helps fund this channel. I get anywhere from 2 to 12% back. And it's one of the ways you can help this channel that actually provides you a benefit. By clicking on these links, it doesn't take you to some strange site. You don't have to fill out a form. You don't even have to put in a coupon code. It takes you directly to the site with a particular product, and then you can choose to purchase it, navigate, or do whatever you like. And at no point do you have to key in any special keys or anything. Trust me on this. It's very simple. I don't like having people muck around, but let's get back to some of what's going on this month. Well, it's still April, but May is just around the corner. And according to Canon rumors, the Canon EOS R5 Mark II, it's supposed to be announced before the end of the month. And from what I'm hearing from all the chatter out there, something is definitely happening soon. If it doesn't happen in May, it's probably going to happen in June. But everything that Canon rumors has been pointing to was saying April, May. And in the last few posts, they said by the end of May. And so here we are, less than 4 weeks away from an announcement of the Canon EOS R5 Mark II, which is why I have smart pre-order links in the description down below. These guys right here, they won't work right now, but as soon as the embargo is lifted, and I'm going to cover everything in a live stream, so I'll let you know when the embargo is lifted, then you'll be able to pre-order the Canon EOS R5. So why smart pre-order links? Why can't you use the regular ones? Well, you can use the regular ones, but where these kick in is if you're shopping from Adorama at B&H. Let's say Canon offers one kit package, or let's say they offer the body alone. Well, that's 2 separate SKUs that you have to check 2 different links. And then, of course, Adorama and B&H, they like to offer their own kit packages, as you can see here with the R5C. In some kit packages, they allow you to choose different lenses. Other kit packages, they allow you to throw in a camera bag and other gear. So by having this one link for Adorama, B&H, or Amazon.com, go ahead and copy those, put them in your browser, and as soon as we do the live stream, as soon as the embargo is lifted, go ahead and refresh that link, and you're going to see all the available options at your favorite retailer, whether it's Adorama or B&H. And Amazon might have them too. Usually Amazon doesn't have pre-order links. That's why I've only got Adorama and B&H listed right now. But I'm really excited. I've definitely pre-ordered through my local camera store. I've just said, look, as soon as this comes out, I know it's coming. Put me down on the list. I want to be one of the first to get it. And if you're not living in the United States, and shopping from B&H or Adorama is probably not something you're going to do. And if you are interested in the Canon EOS R5 Mark II, Well, what I recommend is reaching out to your local camera store, one that you can trust, one that's been good to you in the past, and say, look, I really want this camera. Do you have a list set up already? And most of these small camera stores, they're using either a notepad, a regular piece of paper notepad, or they're using Excel and they're just putting people's name down. So I highly recommend doing that. But I want to say a big thanks to all of you that have used my affiliate links in the past, especially the people that used them this weekend. Thank you so much. It's much appreciated. And for all of those of you that follow me on this channel, that subscribe, that choose all notifications, or follow me on X, because on X, well, I'm not always putting out, I'm putting out far more tweets, or let me try that again. I'm putting out more information on X because I don't have the same limitations of YouTube. With YouTube, if I put out 3 videos, that's it. YouTube is no longer going to recommend to my subscribers, I've got a new video, whereas X, well, they just don't care. So all those minor news items that aren't quite big enough to have their own separate video get tweeted out. But that's it for now. Have yourself a great day, and most likely we'll probably see you again tomorrow. So have yourself a great day and take care. Cheers. Bye-bye now.